Hello everyone, welcome back to Super Mario Advance. Super Mario 2! Lucky! Thank you.
Is this
speaking in voice clips now?
I say this might be one of Mario's chattiest games.
Yeah, I mean, how often do they do the voice clips in Mario 64? I know that, like, if you're doing glitchy stuff like backwards long jumping, he goes,
well, there's generally a voice clip for like every jump, but it's usually like more subdued than this stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely not as loud. You hear all of it here. So you just...
But I think this is also the most egregious example, because I don't recall Mario being as chatty for the Mario Brothers 3 port and Mario World.
I think they knew that people
Like, he
got
still
annoyed
says
by
lucky.
it.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
I didn't play a lot of the Mario, the other ports. I did play some of Mario World. That was the first exposure I had to Mario World, actually.
Okay.
It's a decent port, honestly. It's like, it doesn't have as much extra stuff, but, you know, being able to play it portably at that time, I'm sure was really, really cool. And, you know, it plays fine. The screen crunch isn't really that bad in that game because it's not too hard to begin with. So that's a good port. And then I never played the Mario 3 port or the Yoshi's Island one.
So the Mario 3 one's fine.
I know that the biggest draw to it these days is the extra levels, the e-reader levels.
The e-reader levels, yeah. Because now you can play them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them, too.
I remember hearing that you should stay away from the Yoshi's Island port, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I really like that version of the game.
Oh, really? Okay. I guess it's just a lot of people are really purist about that game. It's like, oh, it's gotta be the SNES version, you know? It was just something I remember hearing a lot. So I just stayed away from it.
Generally speaking, when people say things like that, they do have a reason. For example, like, there are legitimately some reasons to favor like a fan-translated version of, say, Final Fantasy V over a patched version of the GBA port, even though the GBA port technically has more content. Like, there are just some things that work better. But, like, at the same time, I think some people get a little bit melodramatic about those comparisons.
Yes. I know that for the Final Fantasy example, Final Fantasy IV on GBA had like a lot of bugs that people weren't really happy about at all. And I know that some people... I know that the issue of the Final Fantasy SNES translations is a big sticking point for a lot of people, because Ted Woolsey is a very love it or hate it kind of translator. And so a lot of people...
Woolsey wasn't... Yeah, I was say Woolsey only applies to 6, though, and Mystic Quest, if you want to be technical.
I mean, Final Fantasy IV's translator was like a 1994 Google Translate. So, you know.
Yeah, to an extent.
Yeah. So I know that a lot of people probably would say that the 4 translation's better, but I know that for 6 in particular, people were really picky about that. Oddly enough, I don't remember really people making those same kind of comments for the Chrono Trigger translation, with one exception, and that's people were really mad that Frog didn't talk in ye olde English. Which I think, learning what I know about the translation, oh, god damn it. Knowing what I know about the translation and how the original version is written, choosing to make him talk in Old English is just kind of a weird choice to begin with, because his character in the original Japanese is written to be pretty blunt and rude in a lot of ways. Like, he talks with a very casual style, if I remember correctly. It's been years since I looked this up. So
it also doesn't help that, like, no one else in his time period talks that way.
I think that's the thing for me, is, like, he's the only one that talks that way.
It's it's one thing if you're gonna have old-timey, like, speech patterns for someone who comes from an old-timey time period, like Ayla, she talks caveman talk. She's a cave woman, you know.
Yeah.
So ooga booga, all that.
And I'm pretty sure everybody talked like that in Chrono Trigger.
Yes, everyone in her time period talks
impression
like that.
Is
so,
uncanny
because like, you know, it's prehistoric times, but like Frog is the only one who talks in ye olde English. Yeah, so like
Yeah, he talks like he's straight out of Dragon Warrior, which is another controversial.
he talks
opinion.
like a wannabe Ultima character is what he talks like. Um, everyone
That's true.
Be
in
a
Ultima talks
paladin.
with a D's and nows and dies and
Yeah,
whatevers.
I mean, it's just funny though, because like speaking of Dragon Quest, there's a really big divide in the community between people who, like the newer translation style for the Dragon Quest games and people who don't. One thing that's really hit or miss with a lot of people is in a lot of the newer Dragon Quest games, starting with the DS ones, they started to do things like give people random accents from different parts of the world. So if you play like Dragon Quest IV on the DS, the first town is like Scottish themed, so everybody's talking about, oh, the barns are missing and we need to go and find them before, you know, with like really weird and hard to read Scottish accents. So whether or not you find that charming or annoying is just kind of a personal taste sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, I'm personally on the camp that likes it, but that was also my introduction to Dragon Quest. So I'm more
Might be a little
apt
biased there.
to like it, as opposed to some other people who maybe they played the older versions first and they're like, what the hell is up with this? You know, why are you talking about a bairn? What's a bairn? I don't understand.
But
I'm just gonna say I thought Sancho was low key racist. I'm just gonna put that.
Oh,
out there right now.
Sancho, like, yeah, like 80% of the way there.
Yeah.
At the very least, for sure.
I like how when the bombs explode, they don't go boom, they go bomb.
Oh yeah, of course. I wonder if it's like that in. Wait, you can blow up the pot? Hold the phone. You can blow up the pot?
You just noticed that, and you recorded this.
I know. I did, but I was dead, so I wasn't really looking at the screen.
It does say bomb in the English version. I think only the Japanese version says bomb, as in BOM.
Oh.
Forgot the extra B there.
Oh yeah, because.
Okay, regional differences.
Yeah. But why wouldn't they just,
Europeans add a
if they're
U.
gonna bother changing it depending on the region, why not change it to something that makes sense, like bang or boom, you know, as opposed to bomb?
Oh, I say bam. Or
Kapow.
boom. Yeah, boom is probably.
I
more
would have
appropriate.
said, yeah, boom or bang. Crash, boom, bang
Not
for the
bang, I don't
Nintendo
really
DS.
think bang. When I think of bang, I think of like two objects colliding with each other, not necessarily an explosion.
I mean, I guess a gunshot's a kind of explosion, and that's what I would think of when I hear the word bang. You know,
Yeah.
as opposed to, I mean, also that and the masterpiece Crash, Boom, Bang for the Nintendo DS. I've already made this joke before, but it just baffles me that they named their game.
Yeah, but
that.
nobody laughed, so I got to recycle it.
Yeah.
And maybe people in Louisiana will laugh at this. Ted said in his comedy tour.
Listen, I've already made all the West Virginians want to leave part 1, so
That's fine.
I have to go somewhere for my lowest common denominator, right? This time I actually will apologize to the people from Louisiana. You're probably okay. I've never met you.
Wait, this time you actually will?
Yeah.
This is,
Assuming there are other times where you didn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, I'm not gonna apologize for nothing. I play by my own rules. I do what I want.
Okay, so
Oh, this
What the fuck was the last
Yeah,
minute?
this level sucks. I should also point out, I remember during the charity run, we were here for like 10 minutes, and I hated it.
yeah, this is
I mean, you're just
definitely
inside a
a
tree.
Yoshi's
You're
Island
just
thing.
going up.
This
Yeah,
is absolutely a
easily.
Yoshi's Island thing. I mean, it took them 2 more tries in order. Like, what the hell is up with that? What hit me? Where did that come from? Yeah, this level sucks.
Well, the guy just falls down. Yeah,
You-
you really have to be at this point well aware of like the whole Mario Brothers thing
Yeah.
of how levels wrap.
Did any of you guys play all the way through Super Paper Mario?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, do you remember the level with the big tree that climbed all the way to the top? This is it's in
Yeah.
the world with Nerd Guy. It's
Mm-hmm.
like the 3rd or 4th level of that world. This level reminds me of that, and that's not a good thing because that level blows.
Is it windy or?
No, it's just you're climbing up the inside of a big tree, and so oh god. You see, it's weird
You
when
okay?
you guys are making those kinds of jokes because normally that's my job, and so I'm not trained to expect it. So, like,
Just answered the question straight faced, no hesitation. Okay.
so anyway, yeah, it reminds me of that level in Super Paper Mario, which is not a good thing because that level is like one of the worst parts of that game.
Every time I think about a level where you're inside a tree or climbing up now, as weird as it is for me to say because I don't normally play the game, is Donkey Kong Country 3.
Yeah, Sawmill.
Is there a vertical level in Donkey Kong Country? Because
Yeah, where
Donkey Kong
the,
Country 3.
yeah, where the saw's chasing you.
The
from
saw's
below.
chasing you, yeah.
okay, you see, I've never played Donkey Kong Country 3, and we did that commentary like 5 years ago, so I don't
was more than
remember
5.
anything.
Yeah, it was more than 5.
More than 5? God damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
Ted, we've been at this a while, Ted.
I know. I just, jeez, I don't remember anything about that game.
Oh, shit!
Reminder: remember the '90s were definitely only 10 years ago.
You're gonna look in the mirror one day and you're gonna, there's gonna be old Ted.
It'll happen to you.
Yeah.
No, it won't be a realization. It'll be normal Ted, and then suddenly he'll age like Matt Damon.
Yeah, you see, I keep this painting in my ceiling, and as long as I keep that painting up there, I don't grow old. The painting grows old, and the only thing that happens is the painting will grow old if I'm an asshole, but I don't really care about that because I'm an asshole. So, yeah, it's a pretty good deal.
Imagine being like an ultra introverted version of Dorian Gray who just wants to be immortal but doesn't actually care about any of the other stuff, so he just never has a chance to be an asshole to anybody, and the painting stays perfect forever.
Yeah, it's like it's like, I'm gonna give you this painting, but as you be more mean, it's going to grow older and nastier. It's like, okay, cool.
Dude,
So
there
anyway, I
isn't
always
even,
wanted to
like-
read all of One Piece. I'm gonna go do that now.
In Dorian Gray, there isn't even a moment where anyone consciously makes a deal with the devil about the painting. It just sort of happens because of an idle comment. It's very strange.
Yeah, it's not like a specific deal with the devil kind of thing. It's just, oh
Yeah.
god, I can't even really remember. It's been a long time since I've read the actual book. It was oh god, stupid
Bank shot.
That's why I said-
Castlevania bullshit, getting you in the tiniest like little hole.
Our Donkey Kong Country 3 commentary was 8 years ago.
8 years ago, God.
I only ever read Dorian Gray because my grandmother bought me like a bunch of Easton Press books, and one of them happened to be the picture of Dorian Gray, and it was the shortest one. That wasn't a play.
Yeah, Oscar Wilde is thankfully pretty brief, so I much preferred reading him than when my English teachers made me read like James Joyce, which
James
is
Joyce is terrible, but we've done that tangent before.
yeah, it's like
Have we?
yes.
I think
Was it during TKC3?
I think Oscar Wilde is pretty readable even by today's standards. Yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't mind reading Wilde. I didn't mind reading Hemingway. Albert Camus. I also didn't mind reading that. But like, fucking Nathaniel Hawthorne. I also didn't like Jane Austen. A lot of people were like, "Oh, Jane Austen's actually very readable," and I'm just like, these people are just sitting around drinking tea and talking about bullshit for the whole entire book, and I'm just so bored.
Welcome to Brain Scratch Commentary.
Look up. Okay, good point. Well made, sir.